Good afternoon here in the FRNC. This is Bill. That's who I am. This is live. In case you're watching it and it's not live, I'm live every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Eastern, I think is how it works. My throat, as usual, is giving me fits, so the more I talk, the worse it's going to get, and then I'll start to gag. It's not you. It's me. Today, I've got a quote from a gentleman that I watch online on YouTube. His name is Dave Geltema. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope I am. And a quick quote from him. Let your skills catch up to your vision. Now, I kind of pegged this today as talking about your YouTube vision. I have this vision of helping so many people on a regular or even an annual basis. I have a vision for what YouTube can do for me and my brand that I'm getting started here. And it's going to take time because YouTube, as I've always said, is a long game. It's not the short game. It's not the get rich quick. It's building something, and building something takes time. But when you first start out, there's this gap. There's the skills, and then there's this vision of where you want it to be. So you get the skills on the one side that you may or may not have, and gap on the other side, or your vision of where you want to go on the other side. And there's a gap. There's dead space. There's dead space between the two. And your goal, basically, over time, is to narrow the gap. Your skills wanting to catch up to your vision. I forget which one's which. Maybe I should put labels on. But you want your skills to catch up to your vision. Now, if you keep at this for several years and your skills still suck and you've still got the same vision, but you're not working on your skills, there's still going to be a gap. So what do? Do you get better at your skills? Do you want your skills to catch up to your vision, or do you want your vision to back up to your skill set? Well, the obvious answer is you want to get better over time with your skills. And if your skills slow, I apologize. You want your skills to slowly catch up to your vision. And that takes time. So we're looking at 7 things today to help you narrow the gap, so to speak. First is this. Name the gap. Name the gap. Stop panicking about, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I've got this great vision. And it's cool to have a vision. It's not necessarily a goal. It's a vision of where you see things going. And it needs to be a clear vision. It needs to be a realistic vision. I want to have 17 million subscribers and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a week. Sure, that might be unrealistic. Not saying it isn't possible. But I am saying it's probably very unrealistic. But hey, you've got a vision. Make it realistic. Make it plausible. Make it attainable of where you want it to be. Now, once you get there, you can have a new vision. That's okay. But have this first vision. I was listening to another YouTuber who was talking about the difference between goals and milestones. A goal would be, I want to help people. I want to help so many people in the next year. I want to reach so many people in the next year and help them with their YouTube channels, or help them with their narrowing their gap, as it were. That would be a goal, setting something that's out there that is measurable and attainable, all that kind of stuff for what a goal is. But a milestone may be, hey, I got monetized. That's a milestone. Celebrate the milestone. Hey, I got 10,000 subscribers. Another milestone. I got 100,000 subscribers. Got a milestone. So difference between goals and milestones. There's a really good video. But the first one is name the gap and don't panic. It takes time. Okay? YouTube and your vision is always going to be bigger than your skills. Skills at first. As you can see, the problem with my throat continues, but it's not stopping me from doing this. I just have to apologize a lot for the way my throat is and how it comes across. I can edit if I'm doing a video, but I can't edit live. So your vision is going to be bigger than your skill set at first. That's not a flaw. That's the design of how it's going to be. It's like you go and play soccer for the very first time. You may just miss the ball entirely. You may just woof completely. Or playing tennis, you might just, how do I hold the racket type of a thing? You have no clue, but if you work at it over time, it'll get better. Second thing, treat your YouTube vision like a house, not a Lego set. You picture a finished house, walls, rooms, different purposes for the different rooms, insulation, heating, cooling, all those kinds of things, a roof that doesn't leak, all those kinds of things. You picture a finished house long before you know how to pour concrete or even have a contractor, but you have this vision for a house and what it's going to look like. But it's not a Lego set. You just don't dump out all the pieces and start snapping it together and following a set plan. I have a few friends that are into Lego and buy these $200-300 Lego sets, and it takes them days upon days to put it all together. But it's all there and it all fits together, which is it's kind of cool. But that's not YouTube. YouTube is the vision for YouTube is that you treat it like a house. Something that takes a lot of time and takes a lot of different parts to put together. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's unattainable, because it is very attainable if you stick with it. But you don't just sit there and read through a set of instructions. You have to work at it. You have to figure some things out for yourself. And part of how you figure some things out for yourself is by watching other people who are building their house or who have built their house, so to speak, within YouTube. The name at the top of my channel is I want you to make yourself a home on YouTube. So this kind of fits. Treat YouTube like a house. Make this place a home. But you might not know how to pour concrete yet, or to cut boards or anything like that. Your skill set is still a ways away from your vision, but you work at it. You treat it like a house. You treat it like a long-term project where you slowly get better every day, every day, every day. I was building something in the basement on Saturday. We have a workbench, and then under the workbench, I built a set of racks for those black tubs with the yellow tops. And I couldn't just make a standard set where everything is the same size, because the floor varies a little bit and the bench above it varies a little bit. Then I had to tie it into the bench above it. And part of it was actually supporting the bench, because I was taking out other supports for the bench and letting it, anyway. Yeah, maybe I'm going too far off course there, but I had to build a set of 6 different things that are almost the same, but not quite. And so every time I build a second one, like the other side of the rack and the start of the next one, I had to build it just a little bit different, 1/2 inch here, 1/4 inch there, to make it all fit a certain way. There's no plans. It's not a Lego set. There's no plans where it says today you're going to do this and the next you're going to put this in. It was build it as you go and figure it out. Same with YouTube. By the time I had built the 6th one, I was building it 2-3 times faster than I built the first one, even with the difference in the variation. Because the first one, I wasn't sure what I was doing, but by the 6th one, yeah, I could go on and on and on, but I ran out of bench and room, so I was done with making that 6th section of the rack. And it's the same way with YouTube. You treat it like a house, one section at a time, and you get better in your video, in your editing, in talking on screen, maybe even talking live on live streams. You get better as you do it. So treat it like a house, not a Lego set. Number 3, your vision isn't bullying you. It's pulling you. You have to lean into that gap. You have to feel the gap. You have to know that that gap is there. It's not going to feel comfortable. You may think, man, that is a wide gap. That is a wide gap. If you've ever been to the Grand Canyon, my daughter and I sat down on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Yes, you can do that. Sit down on the edge of the Grand Canyon, and we talked about our fear of heights. Great place to do that. We were overcoming our fear as we did it. But we looked out over that gap between the north side and the south side, I think it was. East, west, north, south, I think it was, where we were. And the gap just seemed overwhelming. How could we ever get to the other side? So your vision is looking across that gap, and the vision is not laughing at you from the other side. It's not bullying you. It's pulling you. And it's not pulling you over the edge into the gap, into the abyss. It's pulling your side of the cliff closer. It says, lean in, learn from this, stick with it. The gap you feel, it's not failure. That's your future self tugging you on the sleeve, like, come on, we're building something here. So learn to use a hammer right. Your vision isn't bullying you, it's pulling you. So let it pull you. Let your vision force you to get better at editing, if that's what you need, or better at talking in front of a camera, better at camera confidence, just better in general at coming up with the right kind of ideas to present. Your vision isn't bullying you. It's pulling you. 4th, build skills like chords, not concerts. I held a guitar in my hands once. It was not pretty. Was not pretty. I can pick out single notes, but chords, no. You learn guitar one chord at a time. You learn what the chords are, or what the strings are and what they represent. Remember, I am not a guitar player. But there's some people that are just super skilled at it. There's this one guy I see on all kinds of social media that does everything from beating on the side of his guitar like a drum to keep rhythm and playing in such a way that it just boggles my mind. He has a skill set that is beyond anything I've ever seen in a guitar player. But he started out by learning a chord. He wasn't doing concerts when there was one chord. And even when you think about it, people have done some amazing things by only knowing 7 notes. And look at what Elvis did with only 2 chords. Slam on Elvis. He did pretty good. He wasn't really known as a great guitar player. A great entertainer, great singer, but not a great guitar player. But you build skills over time. You close that gap over time by learning one chord at a time, one thing at a time. Nobody's asking you to do concerts when you have only had a guitar for a week. Learning guitar is one chord at a time. Before you're out here playing, Freebird in public, on YouTube, we start with the basics. There's no guitar solos. There's no smoke machines. You just start. You make a video. You upload it. You upload it dirty. You upload it whatever. And then over time, you learn some skills. You learn some things that you start doing. And then your videos slowly get better and better and better. You're closing the gap. Build skills like chords, not concerts. Number 5, start with the video editing trim, not a Hollywood edit. I mean, maybe your win today is trimming clips in an editor. Not doing motion graphics. You're not doing 47 transitions. You're just cutting out the part where you stare at the camera like you forgot your own name. For me, every time when I make a video, I just do a little section and I stop. I catch my breath. I clear my throat as best I can, and I start up again. So I'm editing out all those little dead spaces in the middle where I've had to kind of regather my throat. So I did a video late this morning, And then now I'm talking again, and it's just so rough in my throat, but it's not stopping me from me closing the gap of my vision and my skill set. I'm still working on that. So maybe your win today is just trimming the front and back end off a video. That's the only edit you do. And then maybe the next time you do a video, you'll cut out a few things in the middle. You'll learn another skill set. You'll learn another thing to do. So it's learning in that regard. You start with just start with the one simple thing, and don't think that you have to do a Hollywood edit. Nobody, we don't have the time to do a Hollywood edit. Maybe you do. Maybe you've got all the time in the world and you want to learn Hollywood editing on your computer, and that's fine. That's great. But you still have to upload. Forget perfect. You have to upload. Think of it, well, this is number 6. Let's just move on to number 6 because it builds right on. Builds. You'll get it in a minute. Number 6 is every upload is a brick. If we think about the idea of a house, every upload is a brick. Even an awkward brick, even a weird brick. But each video you make is a brick in your channel's foundation. Some bricks are prettier than others. Some are corner pieces. Some broke a little bit. Some are shaped like, well, why did I say that? But it still counts. It still counts. Every upload is a brick, and you are building something over time. You're building a foundation that you can build up and build up and build up over time. But you've got to do that by making a video and uploading a video, and making a video and uploading a video. And you're not trying to compete with the world. You're just building toward your own vision. You know what you want in a YouTube channel. Let's say you know exactly what you want and how you want it to look and how you want it to feel in a YouTube channel. You want that. So take a brick, upload it. Make a brick, upload it. And I'm not talking about the basketball analogy where he's throwing up bricks, which means he's missing on everything. I'm talking about a brick that's making a foundation, that's building something strong. You're not building a straw hut. My wife and I have watched a series called Alone. And they took him to northern Alaska where they were out in they were alone. Last man to not tap out wins a bunch of money. Isn't that great? Really crazy in that regard. So, yeah. Every upload is a brick. And some of there was one person that tapped out early, been there a couple of weeks, but never really made a structure to stop the snow and to keep them dry. And then there was this other guy. I thought he was going to win. He built an A-frame. He killed a moose. He took the antlers from the moose, mounted it over his A-frame hut that he made. The smoked meat, smoked fish. Just amazing stuff. But it was, again, for them, it didn't just happen. It was one log at a time, one piece at a time. It was always just something one at a time. So every upload is a brick. 7th and final thing is this. Stop comparing your day 1 to someone else's year 5. Please. I look at one guy on YouTube, and I said, man, I know I can do that. I know I can do that. But he's on year 5. I'm on 6 months right now. So bit of a difference. So stop comparing your day 1 to someone else's year 5. You could take your very first upload and look at your 10th upload, your 10th video, and see the difference. And if there's no difference, then the gap isn't narrowing. You need to start working on your skills, and that takes time and it takes effort. It takes what's the word? You do it on purpose. You do it on purpose. So don't compare your day 1 to someone else's year 5. You're working one day at a time. It's not fair. It's not fair to compare. And it's not fair to compete either. Don't try to compete with those other people. These people are your companions. They're not your competition. They're your cohorts, so to speak. Again, not your competition. Don't think of it as a competition. You're not trying to outbeat somebody else. You're trying to beat out you from last week. That's what you're trying to do. So your vision on the one side and your skill set on the other side. And eventually over time, they'll meet, because that's the goal. That's the goal, is that they will meet and your skill set will catch up to your vision. And then together you will create a new vision and force your skill set to move along with it. Thank you very much. Skill set to move along with it. And those are the 7 things that I wanted to drop in today. And it is the idea of, like I said, let your skills catch up to your vision. You got to take care of the gap. You've got to take care of the gap and narrow the gap. But you have to have a vision to start with. And you got to, your skills, everybody's skill set starts at 0 or 1 and moves toward the vision. But get the vision that you need and then start working on your skill set to make that vision become a reality. And that's it for today. Again, I'm Bill here in the FRNC. If you don't know, you got to ask. I want to thank you for tuning in and watching it live or watching it on the watching it as a replay. I appreciate it if you'd like to subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And as I've said somewhere in the middle, I said this, and I'll say it as I sign off here. I want you to make yourself a home on YouTube.